Gurpreet, we've these days you've been speaking about the seeing, and it became. Yeah, I realized that my seeing is very superficial. The way I perceive it is, I see something, and then it disappears, and then it's. And through the talks, especially today with Mark and Gurpreet, I realized that there's a deep realm of seeing that goes much deeper than that. And I wanted to ask you, how can you give me I'd like to go deeper. I'd like to go to a deeper level, and I'm not sure how.
Yes. It's just like even in your connection, you were mentioning about the surface, right? So the surface, staying with it's like looking for surface, peaceful or unpeaceful. It's just superficial, right? If you seeing in that same level, it also stays like a superficial. You see it, it disappears because it's a shallow, not depth in it, right? So now you recognizing it, even today you did recognize it. It's a superficial, a little bit shallow, right? And now your heart will long to go deeper, right? You're already saying it, yeah. So now you're not gonna stay with this shallowness, right? So even you go back in this shallowness, just stay in the awareness so you don't participate in it. You love to go deeper now by staying in your heart.
I tried before, during one of the talks, I tried to go deeper, and I'm saying tried. Yeah, I just was experimenting with it, and
seeing the superficialness is gonna help you to go deeper. No need to try to go deeper.
Okay.
Yeah. It's like that part is not really pleasing you.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. So now there is something more, you know better now.
Yeah.
You stay with that.
Yeah, because I noticed that before, how everything was on the surface was like a thermometer or a barometer to if I was doing well or not. And now I've realized that that's not it. Yeah.
Yes.
And that's become clear from what you told me. Yeah. So try to see more when I'm on the surface, to see that it's the surface.
Yes. You're just aware of it now. Yeah. So anything you become aware of it, you know you don't need to participate in it. There is something more deeper now. Right? Because even if you try to go deeper, it's just like then you're going to go in the trying part.
And it becomes a doing then.
Yes. This way it's more direct, more honest. You're seeing now. And it's your responsibility what you're seeing, stay with it.
So when you say stay with it, for example, up to now it's been that it just disappears. I see it and boom, it disappears. So stay with it means just
recognition. It's not about what's happening. Yeah, it's about the recognition. Recognition is deeper in you.
So what comes up in me in that moment, not what's happening on the outside.
It's not about this. It's about the recognition. You recognized something already, right? That already it means deeper than where you've been, right? It's like if that recognition is not there, right? And then you stay there in the surface, in the shallow, right? Then you're just staying there and trying that part your best. Okay? But something now you know, and that part is no more deeper, no more true. Right? And that knowing is here. Recognition is here, deeper. In this, there is no understanding. It's there already. Don't need to think about it. Don't need to understand about it. Trust and stay with what you recognized. It's like some kind of touch happen, right?
Mm.
And now you stay with it, quiet way. And being in there, even there is a pain or discomfort or joy or whatever there is, it's just fine, it's okay. It's not a big deal at all. Recognition is meaningful.
Thank you.
It's like you going back even home today after the meeting. Right? This is not going anywhere, staying. You going to bed is staying. You waking up is still staying. There are no dialogues, it's just simple recognition. And from the mind you're not getting, it's meaningless. Right? It's okay. Because you know better now. It's like now it's just going in. Yeah.
Gurpreet, I have noticed that I'm having a constant dialogue inside, and it's really bothering me. Because I have heard in this retreat that you mentioned in our seeing, we need to be quiet. And I noticed that
Yes.
I have constant dialogues going on inside, even when I see it.
Even the dialogue is happening, you stay quiet with it. Right? Because if you're not quiet, it's just like you just making it noise with the dialogue. Right? The dialogue is happening, but you staying quiet with it. Right? And then it's not about the dialogue, it's about you being quiet.
I tried that last night. I don't know if I'm doing that or not. I don't know how I will know that in so much noise that if I am quiet or not.
Little by little. Yeah. Everything, every kind of noise happening, you just learn to stay quiet with it. Then your quietness will increase, right? But you don't really need to expect, like, I tried, it's not happening, right? You're looking for results. No. You choose to stay quiet.
I feel that my love for this journey is just growing more and more, and I have lots left over if anybody wants some. I just have a few concerns because of that, and one of them is that I have a lot of guilt around social obligation, and I've already had, comments from friends that I don't call them like before, and I just find there's nothing much to say. And the way you showed me how through meditation I was escaping from facing that dark hopelessness that I had to go through, I'm wondering if, because I never enjoyed that, social chit-chat, inviting people, going, for tea, just talking, useless stuff about fashion or whatever. And these women are looking at me like I've lost my head and making me feel like I'm not a good friend.
Yes, yes.
And I'm wondering, when you said to Sat Nam, when you have that feeling, you just want to sit alone and just go to that place.
Yes, yes, yes.
That's all I want to do.
Yes.
And am I running away, or?
No, you respect what you know, what you have a pull for. And of course the other things, even the social, it's like, of course, I think it does almost happen in some degrees, regardless, like the person is, how much person is involved. It's like it does happen. Because whatever you've been participating in, and now you're just bringing yourself back. But this part is not liking it, right? You're being drifted away from them. Okay? But I always say, the true friendship is not gonna stay here. If there is a true friendship, it's also gonna come to the truth, right? But if it's not, it's gonna cry for a while and separate. Yeah. But it's not from your side, it's not judgment or anything. It's the pull for your own self, where you're going, right? Yes, things does get fall away.
I just find it a wasting of time. But even my mother expects me to phone her so often, and I don't have much to say to her. And yet she's my mother, and my brothers, and it just ends up in shallow talk, and then I feel, okay, I have this duty obligation, I need to just call and see how, especially if there's a holiday or something. So I guess just keep it minimal to feed the guilt, and then not, because you can't just do everything at once. It's just too much of a shock to everybody.
Yes, yes. Yes, yes. It gradually happened. Like even the talk with the friends, it's like sometimes the person does trying different ways. So even so, maybe the other can take this taste also, or come to this direction also, right?
Yeah.
But if it doesn't happen, it's not gonna happen. It's okay also. Yeah.
Yeah.
So whichever way you see is okay to do. It's just fine.
It's just fine.
But you just simply know your love, that's all.
Yeah.
That is a more valuable.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that guilt feeling also comes to the person. Because it feels like I am coming back to this aloneness now.
Yeah.
Right? This loneliness now.
Yeah.
And from this crowd.
Yeah. And then I have a question about relationship. Do you grow faster if you're in a relationship? I mean, I watch couples in relationship, and you know, it's easier to learn about yourself when someone's pointing things out, right?
Yes,
If you're alone, I want the fast track. I thought if it's easier, okay, I'll jump back in. But there's only so much you can handle. So I thought, by being alone, am I avoiding being in a relationship? And you know, they say the other person is a mirror of you.
It's just like, again, it's not like so much about, I say you have to have a relationship in order to grow, right?
Yeah.
Yes, of course, in so many ways the relationships helps because the person cannot avoid now, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And, but if you are open to learn, everything helps though. It's not you have to be in the relationship, right? But if you are, of course, it's okay also, right? If you are not, it's also okay, but it's your willingness to grow. And it's your choice also, whether you like to be in the relationship or you don't like to be in the relationship. It's your choice, right? There is openness. It's just like there is no set thing, this is wrong or this is right. Right?
Thank you for your guidance.
I'm not sure how to ask this, but you know, we always have these sort of ideas of the type of person that, you know, we'd be attracted to or that we'd like to, you know, date or whatever it is, right? Or be friends with, whatever. I'm just finding that all of that is changing so much about, and I'm not really sure if.
Are you asking, should I or shouldn't I?
No, I don't think so. No, I don't think so. It's more, well, maybe, who knows, I don't know. It's more like, kind of, is it the whole idea of just sort of letting go again, and, you know,
It's
I'm
not
not sure.
about, don't need to let go anything like that.
Right.
It's just like you see if you are really have these weaknesses or something you wanting, even the relationship, if you're wanting something, right? To fulfill something in you, right? Yeah. And you see how it is. It's just like, if there is like some relationships, if the person is completely open, clean, right? And if something comes, it's just like you are in it, right?
Right.
So if you are in it, you do face everything,
Right.
yeah, in you, whatever you haven't faced before or something like that,
Right.
So it just depends on the person. And many times the person think, okay, I don't have anything in me. It may be, you know, and the person still attractive to, you know, have a pull toward the relationships. I want a relationship or something. I cannot bear this loneliness or something like that, right? Things like that.
Yeah.
Just see those things, what you want to fulfill, right?
Right.
So more you see yourself and more you are standing in your own self, clean way, right? Don't need to avoid these things also in you. If you do see that, yeah, be in them.
And I think that's where I get stuck is
because as a human being, it's just like this is main thing in the people, like
world.
it's just like want something, want to stay connected with something, so feels good, right? It feels more balanced, right? Yeah.
And
but
that's
it's okay if there is a relationship. I don't want people to judge themselves too much, right? But every relationship is not like always happy moment, and it's not always like perfect relationship. It's never is like that. Right?
I know.
It doesn't matter how clean you are or how whichever way you are. It's not always like happy time together.
Well, I think that the biggest issue for me is whether I even, like, you know, I've always thought all my life I've wanted to be in a relationship, and I have been, and, you know, all of that. I've, you know, had my children and all that stuff, but at this point in my life, I'm, you know, I really am not sure, right? So I don't know if I want to be in a relationship or not. But something makes me feel guilty or something like that I'm not in a relationship. So I don't know where that, I don't really know where that comes from. Is
so
that
it's just the guilt is not a real thing also.
Right.
Yeah, you cannot say yes because of you feeling guilty about it. Right?
You mean yes to a relationship?
Yes.
If you're feeling...
Because of you feeling guilty, he says, otherwise I will be feeling guilty. I need to say yes. Yeah. It's like, sort of ways like that.
I understand.
Yes. Yeah. It's just like these things, just see that. See in you. Yeah. And more you see, you're gonna open up even more to that area.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
One other question, last one. How to be in the void that comes in the absence of attachments slowly falling away. Especially, you know, the people in the relationships are still intact, they're there. But that the relationship or the attachment to the relationship diminishes. There's a void.
Yes. That is a good question, actually. It's like in the beginning, the relationships, they all are on the base on their wants and needs.
Yes.
Some attractions, but mostly wants and need, expectations and things like that. And as soon as your own person start dissolving, and then there is nothing there, kind of thing. It seems like there is no relationship in a way, right? It feels kind of, that's why it feels like a void, right? But just bear with yourself. It's not gonna stay same. It also, this phase, as you're gonna come back in yourself much more clear way, and then the relationship also gonna change though. Yeah. It doesn't stay the way it used to be, and it doesn't stay the way it is now in this dropping. It always gonna change it.
Yeah.
So in some people, and as they are moving within, and then they see that their relationship is not same, like, because the wants and needs are dropping, it feels like there is no need kind of relationship. But this does not mean you become separate from the relationship.
Mm.
This means you just bear with that kind of feeling within.
Mm.
Yeah? Respect wherever you are. Don't need to decide at the surface about anything.
Mm.
Yeah.
Because that, I even notice other thing, you know, these many relationships we are in the world.
Yes, yes. Every single relationship
Friends
is not
or-
like a husband-wife.
Yes.
Every single relationship is gonna be different all the time. As you're changing
Yeah.
everything at the surface, it's like your eyes changing for everything also. Right?
It seems that as you're not touching that part of the attachment part, the others are even more interested.
Mm. Yeah,
in-
whichever way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
But you always respect though.
Yeah.
The others is like instead of a judgment, you respect their
Mm.
way of being.
Mm.
Right?
Yes.
Yeah. Because whichever way they are, or they may like the space within you,
Mm.
or they may not like the space within you.
Both.
So they both equally need to be okay the way they are.
Mm. Thank you so much.